everyone, my name's Josie, in case you don't already know me, and I'm a fitness professional here at the Reh-Fit Center. I'm going to take you through a banding workout today. All you're going to need is a set of tubing or a TerraBand, any kind of banding that you have at home, and if you have one, a mini band. Otherwise, you can just loop a regular band around when we get there, or just do it with body weight only. And at any point in this video, if you feel like you need to make something harder or easier, feel free to slow down, speed up, adapt how you know is best for your body. You know you, so listen to what you know works. So we're gonna get started today. Everything I'm going to do, I recommend 8 to 12 repetitions, and you can do this for 1 to 3 sets. So at the end of the video, if you decide you want this to be a little bit harder, feel free to play this 2 or 3 times, or even change your rep ranges from anywhere from 8 to 12. Just keep track of what you're doing so you know how you progress over time. All right, let's get into this. I'm gonna start with some squats. Everything starting is gonna be standing. We've got both feet on the band, palms facing inwards and up to our shoulders. From here with the squats, toes and knees always pointing in the same direction, coming down and up. I'm just gonna show you from the side so you can see a better angle of that squat. If your range of motion is only here, that's okay, work with what's best for you. So again, 8 to 12 reps. Next, you've got that deadlift. Both feet staying on the band. You can come down, turn to the side actually, letting that butt come back, hinging with the hips, not the back, grabbing that band around the height of the knees, and from here, we're going to bring that hip forward, head to the ceiling, and back down. Show you a couple there. Do not sacrifice form for speed at any time. One more time, butt comes back as far as it can. From here, you can come down and then back up. Feeling that in the back of the hamstrings. Side bends. So these will work those obliques. If you need to grab lower down on that band, go right ahead. Palms facing the side body. Sliding from side to side, maintaining that proper posture. So shoulders are rolled back and down as you glide just inches. 12 on each side and resting. The next one's a little bit more challenging. I'm gonna take you into a front raise. For this, we're in a stagger stance. One foot is on the band, stepping back with the opposite foot in line with our shoulders. And these hands do not need to come higher than shoulder height. If you can only come up to here, that's okay. If you can come all the way up, that's also okay. No need to go higher. Controlling that movement, taking equal amounts of time to come back down as up. Whoop. And there's my bad shoulder. Okay, next up, overhead press. Standing on that band with one foot, turning that palm out to face forward for a basic overhead press, reaching up and back. If you need to take that side arm out to counterbalance yourself, as long as we're not tilting to the side as we raise that arm. If you need to look into a mirror to see how your body is moving, go ahead and do that. Good. So after that overhead press, we're gonna move into a lawnmower pull. My foot is still on that band. Opposite hand reaches down, grabbing that band around the knee. I'm still in this stagger stance, so my left foot is further back in line with my shoulder. And from here, my hand goes from the knee to opposite rib cage and back. That final movement coming from the shoulder as that elbow comes back behind you. This is not a rotation of the body. You're working that arm and shoulder. Good. Counting those reps, resting when you need it. If this does not feel good for you, you can always switch to just a basic bent over row. Both feet on that band, grabbing lower down if you need it. If you notice, this is very similar to our deadlift. So our bum comes back, we're hinging from the hips, not with the back. Hands down beside our knees, palms facing inwards, bringing those hands up to chest and back. Always choosing what's best for you and your body. All right, we're done with this one. The next two, you have the option to use a mini band around those legs, and we're gonna stay standing for now. If this does not feel good, feel free to do it without a band. Strapping that band just above the knees and making sure it doesn't ever go on the knees themselves. Okay. So for the next one, you have up to 60 seconds to do this. If 60 seconds is too much, do what works for you, and then just remember that time and try to build up on it as you do this workout again. Starting with a side step. Level 1 can stay standing, stepping from side to side. Level 2 can come down into that quarter squat. Same idea, toes and knees pointing in the same direction, stepping from side to side. Planting those feet between those movements. Remember, 30 to 60 seconds, work with what's best for you. Doing a toe tap next, 30 seconds per side. Again, if you need to do this standing or coming down into that quarter squat, choose what's most comfortable. Stabilizing on one side, stepping forward and back. A little bit of balance required here. Do not sacrifice form for speed. 30 seconds per side. All right, at this point, we're gonna transition down onto the floor. For the next few, if at any point you feel like being on your wrists is too much, you can move onto the hands or to the side body. We're gonna start with a fire hydrant. So coming down into tabletop, hands below shoulders, knees below hips, working those fire hydrants so knee stays bent at 90, and we're bringing that leg up parallel to the ground. Doing our best not to tip over. So I don't want to see this. Stay nice and stable. If this hurts your wrists but you want to stay here, try making fists or holding on to weights, and that will take some of that pressure off those wrists. All right, and if being in tabletop is not comfortable for you, you can move down onto your side body. Option here to rest that hand or rest that head in your hand. Feet glued together and opening those knees up like a book. Still working that external rotation of the hip, just a different exercise. All right, they look easy, but they get tiring fast. All right. For the next few, we are gonna do plank jacks. If this doesn't feel good, go ahead and just do basic jumping jacks standing. But for those of you who want the extra challenge, coming into a plank, hands below shoulders. I don't want to see hands staggered like this or like this. Put those hands just below those shoulders, either sidestepping, 8 to 12 per side, or taking those plank jacks for a higher impact. All right. You can do that for 30 seconds, or just doing 8 to 12 per side. Finishing off with 2 more exercises, glute bridge, laying on that back, feet closer to the bum will be more challenging. Keeping those knees or those legs activated so those knees don't tap one another, and lifting those glutes high, squeezing the bum at the top, enough to hold a nut there, but not enough to crack it, activating those muscles. To add an extra challenge, we can hold at the top for 2 and come down for 1, or simply hold for 30 seconds. Last but not least, I'm going to show you something fun that I've seen someone do with these. Maybe not fun, maybe a bit mean. We can put those bands on our feet here, and we're going to try a bicycle twist. So coming down onto our backs, this band is going to force us to keep our legs activated so that our feet don't come together, bringing those hands out beside our heads. And as we extend that leg, going into that twist. That is a little band workout for you guys at home. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, feel free to put something in the comments, let us know how you enjoyed it. Remember, you can do 2 to 3 sets of this if one was not easy or not hard enough for you. And I would recommend for those people who have trouble getting up and down off the ground to do everything standing, and then do everything on the floor, and you can still do those 2 to 3 sets. All right, have a good workout, everyone. Thank you for joining me.